Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at how much I have spent on sim racing equipment since I started my sim racing journey back in 2019. Now I started sim racing ever since I was a kid, so like since Gran Turismo 3, if you can call it sim racing. But I probably started getting into it about 2019, a few months before I started making YouTube videos. So my first ever purchase when it came to sim racing was a Playseat Challenge with F1 2019 and a Logitech G29. Came with one of those side shifters. Now, this cost me £379 back on the 28th of June 2019. Now, for a rig, an F1 game, and a wheel with pedals and a gear shifter, £379 I think is an absolute bargain. It was a perfect way to get into sim racing. You could argue whether it really is sim racing with F1 or whatnot, but we very quickly went to GT Sport. So that cost me £379. Okay, now I'm going to start this off by saying I'm going to go through like my rigs first. I'm going to go through my rigs, and then we're going to go through different subjects, different pieces of equipment, and then we'll give a total cost at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go through the rigs first, which is why I've said about the play seat and when I first started doing sim racing. The next big upgrade was when I became a brand ambassador for Fanatec. We on the 16th of November, we got a Fanatec CSL F1 set with load sail pedals. And very shortly after that, we actually got a Next Level Racing GT rig as well. And the cost of those two together is about £1,600. Okay, so we're already near the £2,000 mark. So you can already see where this video is going. Okay. So, if you don't want your partner or whatnot not to, know how much sim racing really costs, I'd advise you to watch this video when they're not around, okay? I'd heavily advise that, all right? Okay, so, and then, literally a year later, so on the 25th of November, because I've got the dates written down in front of me, 25th of November 2021, I got a Fanatec DD Pro 8Nm, so I got the power pack, and I got the V3 pedals with the performance kit in that as well. That costs about £1,150. So we are over £3,000 now already. Okay, so you can see in the space of about 2.5 years, we spent over £3,000. This is just on rigs alone. Okay, rigs alone. All right, and then 1 year later, again, November, 4th of November, we became an ambassador or working with company that make the Invicta pedals. Oh god. Oh god, it's falling out of my head. Azatec. God, sorry. Oh my god. Yeah, we got some Azatec pedals, which are absolutely awesome. They're incredible. Absolutely incredible. £850 they were. So yes. Yeah, it's big money already. So £850. And then a couple months ago, Fanatec very, very kindly sent me a Fanatec DD1 with the F1 wheel, which you can see here. So I got this sent to me with the DD1 wheelbase, and that costs about £1,400. £1,400. So yes, we've had quite a few different Fanatec setups and stuff. A few different rigs as well. I've been through. I had the Next Level Racing one. I've had a SimLab. I've had a SimLab one as well, and now I'm on a GT Omega Prime, which is what I'm sat in right now. And I've also got a SimLab triple monitor stand, but I do have a GT Omega quad monitor stand that I need to set up. But annoyingly, it doesn't fit my monitors. So with the GT Omega, the triple, and the quad stand, that was about £1,500. So total cost on rigs and wheels is about £5,729 that we've managed to spend on equipment. So yeah, quite a hefty chunk. And yeah, it doesn't stop there, because just because you've got the wheel bases and the rigs doesn't necessarily mean you can go racing, because for that you need a console or a PC. So that is what we're going to go on to next. So first PC then, when I started making videos, was a can't remember the make and model. Got it off eBuyer, but it had a Ryzen 5 processor. I think it was a 5600. I think. 16 gigabytes of RAM standard, and I believe it was a. I think it was an RTX 570 AMD graphics card, 8 gigabyte. It cost me about 650 quid. It wasn't too bad. It was back when you could, get a decent PC for, not an insane amount of money, so it wasn't too bad. I did upgrade the graphics card, though, the AMD one. It was top of line, but again, I can't remember the name of the graphics card. It was about £400. So at that point, we're just over £1,000 on the computer, which is not bad. I don't think that's too bad to have a setup like that, a PC for about £1,000 for those specs back in 2019 or whatnot. I think that was pretty good. And then about a year and a half later, I don't have the dates on this, annoyingly. We bought I bought another PC. So we bought a PC that had a Ryzen 7, had an RTX 3080, and 32 gigabytes of RAM, which cost me £2,000. Well, it was £1,999.99, but I was just going to round it off to £2,000. I did upgrade the processor to a Ryzen 9 5900X, not the 5950X, so it's a 5900, and that cost me an extra £350. Next PC, which is the one I'm currently using now. Now, you probably think to yourself, why have you upgraded your PC again? So basically, because I've recently gone full-time, I needed a PC that can literally do everything. So if I wanted to go like play iRacing on triples, max settings, stream and record, I need all guns blazing. So I went a bit crazy. So my current PC, hopefully I won't have to change for a very, very long time. But this is my current PC. Has an Intel i9-13900K, 32 gigabytes of DDR5, an RTX 4090, and 2 terabytes. It's a 2 terabyte Samsung SSD Pro, and that cost me. I hope you're sitting down for this. That cost me £3,900. £3,900. So total costs on those 3 PCs over about 3-4 years, about £7,300. Now, what I'd like to say about what I've spent on like PCs and rigs and stuff like that, what I say to me, my situation is very different to many others because I make content on YouTube, and it's kind of my job now. So I kind of splash the cash on these kind of things because it's my job. I want to have the best thing so I can make the best kind of content, and the game runs as smoothly as it can, and I have the best equipment so I can try it out. So it's not a normal situation to be in. So I easily could have just stuck with a Fanatec DD Pro or whatever, and then the previous PC that I had, I didn't have to get this super high-end PC or the DD1. Didn't need to do that. Did not need to do that, but it's just a situation I'm in. So that's why I've spent the money I have, kind of thing. So had rigs, and we've talked about wheelbases and stuff, and we've talked about PCs. All right. Now let's talk about other components. Okay. So this is, well, it's not so much for the sim racing, but I just thought it'd be interesting for you guys to know if you were interested. So other components that I've also included in this list are things such as cameras and mics. So cameras and mics, mic-wise, I've had a Blue Yeti, I've had an Elgato Wave 3, and I've had a Shure MV7 mic, which is the one I'm using right now, which is by far, I think, the best mic out of all of them. And that's about £450. They're about £150 each, but that is over the space of, again, 3 years. I don't think that's much. It's £150 a year on a microphone. And microphones, when you make content, are absolutely crucial because you want your voice to be crystal clear, because it's a big selling point. So £450 on that. I don't think that's too shabby. Cameras are a pain. And this is still to do with sim racing, because I think a lot of people who do sim racing do stream on Twitch or whatnot. So when it comes to cameras, there was no in between. You had webcams, or you could go for like a mirrorless DLSS camera, which cost 600 plus easy, and that was for a cheap one. So I did have a mirrorless DLSS one, and I bought it. I had to get like one of those Elgato 4K capture things, and with that, it cost me like £900 with like the stand and the stuff like that. And then I've gone through different webcams and stuff like that. It was about £1,100. But now I've got this Elgato 4K one, which is a webcam, but the quality is absolutely amazing. So it's about £1,100 I've just spent on cameras and stuff alone. Cameras are a bit of a pain because I had to get rid of the mirrorless one because it kept crashing. Yeah, the motherboard couldn't handle it. It was too much, so I had to get rid of that. And now I've got this Elgato 4K one, and it is actually really good. So that should need to be upgraded for a long, long time. And then lastly, we've got games. All right. So when it comes to games, you know me, I've mostly spent my time on iRacing. So iRacing has cost me, over the 2 or 3 years that I've been doing it, is about £350 in content. Now, that doesn't sound too bad over 3 years, and it isn't. But what you've got to also remember as well, in those 3 years, there have been membership costs, which is about £110 a year. But I've not included those because my referral link has basically paid for all of them. The people that have used my referral link, every time they use it, I get $10 in iRacing credit. And I've had, I'd say, probably about 30 people use my referral link, if not more. So membership-wise, you know, I've been absolutely fine. And without that, it probably would be on, you know, 500-600. But yeah, memberships, I've not had to worry about too much, thankfully, because you awesome guys have used my referral link. So I've not had to worry about that too much. So that's iRacing. And then I've put in there, I spent £80 on GT7, which is mental to think now. £80 on GT7. I think it was on the PlayStation Store, if you remember. You get the special edition one. And I honestly cannot remember what on earth you got for the special. I think you got a Skyline of some sort, and maybe the Supra as well. But honestly, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you these days. And then there's a few other little bits and bobs as well that you don't really think of, like kind of like microphone stands and stuff like that, like your headsets. So I spent £250 on the Astro A50 headset, but it is absolutely superb, the Astro A50. If you do want a headset, please consider getting an Astro A50. They're absolutely fantastic. The battery lasts for more than 12 hours. It lasts for longer than they actually advertise. It's unbelievable because I've used it on stream 24-hour races all the time. Absolutely superb. Things like the clock that I've got behind me, this one here, that shows the subs. I think that's like 140 quid. And then I've got a Stream Deck, which is about 150 quid. I haven't included those two things, but just as I'm talking to you right now, I'm starting to realise all the different things. I've got a light stand over there. That was 50 quid or whatnot. So yeah, all these little things do add up. And I've got an aircon unit for the summer, which is like £400. But anyways, regardless of the headset and the you know, the fridge and the clock and stuff, talking just purely sim racing stuff. If I just wanted to sim race and stream it, we'll include the stream bit because sim racing, a lot of people do stream it. Total costs with their PCs, the rigs, the wheelbases, pedals, all that kind of stuff. Total cost is £15,259, which is made my eyes water a little bit when I did read it out. Now, I do want to make something absolutely abundantly clear on this, okay? That £15,259, okay? What we've got to realise there as well with that is when it comes to the Fanatec stuff, I am a brand ambassador. So when it comes to the actual wheelbases, I did get them sent to me. I didn't actually pay for them myself. They were sent to me for free. So the Fanatec stuff you can take out if you want. That's absolutely fine. It was just more of an idea if you wanted to have the same equipment as me, or you know, if you were, you know, weren't a brand ambassador, how much it would cost. So yeah, it's about 15,000. And honestly, if I include all the little things that I'd done as well, like the fridge and stuff like that, I'd probably think we'd get to £16,000 on cost. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, I guess. Hopefully you guys don't slate me too much. Listen, the thing is, it's a hobby, it's a passion, isn't it? And if you enjoy it, if you enjoy it and you spend as much time as I do on it, you know, and it's your money, you spend what you want. If you enjoy it, you go crazy on it, you know. As long as you're happy and puts a smile on your face, and you know you're not putting yourself in debt or anything, then yeah, go crazy. As long as it makes you happy, do whatever you want. Cost is, it's just a number. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know as well in the comments how much you've spent on your sim racing stuff. But thank you very much for watching. Take care. Have an awesome day. Ta-da.